This is Atrium. It is an agentic development environment built on 4 key principles: organization, persistence, visibility, and control. If you've ever worked with many agents at a time, if you have long-running agent sessions, long-standing agent sessions that you use over many days or weeks, you probably understand that organization is crucial to working with AI. So Atrium builds in organization at a deeper level than probably any tool on the market right now. So everything is broken down into a hierarchy of workspace, which groups projects, which group wings, which are tab groups. The wings group rooms, which are tabs. And then within those rooms, you have a mosaic. So the mosaic is a window that can hold any of the different pane types that Atrium supports, which are many. So if I open up a new pane here, I just split one with Command D, I get terminal, browser, notepad, search, git, tasks, and observatory, and then my launcher, which can launch an agent session. And suddenly I have 2 agent sessions running side by side. And this mosaic is completely customizable. I can have as many splits in it as I want. I can do whatever I want in here, load up whatever I want in here, arrange it however I want, including stacks with subtabs. I can resize, of course, everything. So this is critical to the organizational capability of Atrium. You can create rooms that have whatever content in them you need, and that is the core premise of Atrium. The next big aspect is persistence. So when you close down Atrium, when you close down your dev tool or your computer and you restart, you want everything to come back the way it is. And Atrium was very, very much built on that premise. It was initially a CLI-based tool only, and still supports CLI. As you can see, you can launch a session into a CLI, no problem. And CLIs, you have to run a resume command to bring up your sessions. If you lose your terminal, if you restart your computer, you lose those. So I lost a bunch one day, I got pissed, and that's actually what prompted me to start building Atrium. And this is where we are today. So Atrium will resume all of your sessions, whether CLI or whether through the chat UI automatically. Everything comes back exactly how you left it. Even if you close the app and reopen it, everything is where you left off. So no cognitive overhead, no wasted time or churn from any of those operations. Atrium takes care of you entirely. And the next aspect is visibility. So again, if you've run many agents at a time, if you have a lot of agents going, you know that you need visibility into what all of them are doing, because it's a pain in the butt to babysit all of them and jump from tab to tab or pane to pane to see what the status is, or have to listen out for notifications. So from day one, Atrium has shipped a full-featured activity sidebar that organizes your agents by agents that are waiting for you. They're done working, their turn has ended. Agents that are currently working, agents that you have explicitly dismissed, and you can interact with them. You can close their pane from the sidebar. You can dismiss from the sidebar. You can mark them for later if you want to come back to them. And you can even pop them out. You can send it to the background. Lots of things you can do with the activity sidebar. But visibility doesn't end there. If I do anything with any agent anywhere, there's always visibility. You can see in my tab bar, which is in vertical mode right now. You can also switch that to horizontal if that's your preference. But you probably saw it was animating there for a second. If I was actually looking at my projects on the sidebar, its icon is also animating. It's always visibility into what you're doing, and a very, very key component of Atrium. The other aspect is control. So the main control surface for Atrium is the CLI. The CLI gives you commands that agents can run to control virtually anything in Atrium. They can create tasks, they can launch rooms, they can create projects, they can launch another agent. They can use the CLI to even have a conversation with an agent. They can create launch profiles or skills or anything that you can imagine. There's just so much that the CLI allows you to do, and that is the primary control surface of Atrium, but control is a much deeper concept in Atrium as well. So everything that you do in Atrium is built in large part to allow you to customize how you want your information. As you saw earlier, we can put our sidebar vertical or horizontal. I'm not going to force you to do one or the other. That's up to you. Your activity sidebar can go anywhere from ultra compact to semi-compact to a full detailed view. You can even change the sizing of sections in here. You can maximize one section if that's what you want to review. There's all sorts of ways that you can present this information. There are also different views for the sidebar: file tree, activity, your timeline, which I won't get into a lot of detail on, but timeline's a really cool feature of Atrium. And there's just so much that we can control with Atrium. As you can see, I have a wallpaper background, an animated MP4 background right now that is totally customizable. You can customize all sorts of features. You can even customize the icon set. There are 3 icon sets that we ship with Atrium. So everything is about control. Your ability to control your experience, control the app, make the app adapt to you rather than the app forcing you into some box that defines how you interact or how you work with it. So I'm just scratching the surface here. Atrium is a lot more than all of the things that I've talked about right now. Those are the 4 key pillars, but there are the details, the finer details that make it what it is. So obviously I showed you a little bit about the chat UI, but there's so much here. You can mention, let's see if I want to mention another pane. I just send that to an agent. Little details like this that make it very powerful. If you're running Claude, I just shipped the ability to automatically switch your accounts. You can set it to auto switch. So if you hit your usage limit, it will automatically switch and then nudge the agent to continue working, so you can run stuff overnight and not worry about limits. If I split a pane, you'll see you'll see that I just get all of these different features that I didn't even touch on. So I've got my Notepad. Notepad's a really cool feature. It's got multiple types of notes in here. So you can create a markdown note. You can create a sketch, which is Excalidraw, and agents can fully interact with all of this stuff through the CLI. They can read your notes, they can create notes, they can do anything. There's also the canvas note, which you usually wouldn't run or create by hand, but it's very powerful for agents. This uses JSON render and allows agents to create interactive applications as a note. So if you have like a questionnaire that your agent is asking you, instead of filling all of that in your composer down here, you can instruct the agent to build an app for you that you can interact with and then send the responses back to the agent. It can build you dashboards with this. It can patch, update it. It can write scripts that will update it in real time for different things. And then you can also create HTML notes, which have all of the same powers, same ability to interact with Atrium. So I mentioned the Atrium CLI. The Atrium CLI is super powerful because it ties to the Atrium protocol, and the HTML notes and the canvas also tie to that same Atrium protocol. So an agent can theoretically write an app in JSON render or HTML that can interact fully with Atrium and do anything that the CLI is capable of. So very powerful capabilities that are unlocked by this. I haven't even scratched the surface. I've heard from some of our users that they're using canvas notes in crazy ways that I never even imagined. It's very powerful. Once you hand the reins to an agent and allow them to control your surface, control your experience, they can do all sorts of cool things for you. So that's the Notepad. We've also got a Git view. Git view is really cool because it allows you to do inline code review. And anywhere you do code review, anywhere you can add comments, whether it's code review, you can add comments in our rich text markdown editor. You can add inline comments, Google Docs style. You can also add comments in browser, just like you'd expect from most browser tools. Then you can send those comments to an agent, which is super powerful. You can have the agent, it'll create and generate a task for the agent, and then they can execute on it. And then I just barely touched on tasks there. So tasks is a full Kanban board. You can create all sorts of tasks to do all sorts of things. You can create recurring tasks that are scheduled for later, loop until they're done, which gives you the conditions that you need, repeat on a schedule. So you can create very powerful loops with this system. I use this to do stuff like publishing videos or scraping my email and things like that. A lot of powerful things that you can do with tasks. You can also just launch a task manually, which is really cool. You can define the agent that you want to launch it with, the harness, the launch profile, the model, the effort level, etc. And then when you hit launch or create and launch directly from a new task, it'll launch that. You can tell it to launch in a work tree. You might see on the sidebar here, I have a bunch of tree icons. These are all work trees off of the main repo. I've got a stop button. This stop button represents a running command. I've got the Atrium dev build running right now. I can stop and start on any project in any workspace directly from my sidebar in one click. Super easy. I've got more commands here, and I am probably still just scratching the surface. I mean, I've mentioned a lot of what Atrium can do. It's got QA capture. It's also got achievements. This is actually probably a great way to see all of the capabilities that it's got. So 62 achievements, and this is probably still leaving out maybe 20 or 30 or 40 new ones that I could add since achievements was created. But these are all the different capabilities, and this is a great way to learn how to use Atrium. This was actually built as a sort of onboarding technique for Atrium to teach you all of the different capabilities, just because there is so much that Atrium is capable of. And yeah, again, persistence is a huge thing. There are many mechanisms for persistence. Everything that's done in Atrium is stored locally on your disk and recoverable. We've got the vault, including Git snapshots of all of your history. So if anything ever goes wrong or you ever want to revert your workspace to a past state, it's taking regular snapshots for you. It takes snapshots right before an update. So really powerful features there, including the history. So if you close a session, close a pane or anything, you're good to go. You can recover directly from here. And I think at this point, I'm probably rambling. I could ramble about Atrium all day. There's so much that it's capable of, but I want you to see it for yourself. If you haven't tried out Atrium, check it out. If you're checking it out right now, I'd love to hear your feedback. Join us on Discord. The link is in the footer of the website. Getatrium.dev. The download link is there as well if you need it. Again, getatrium.dev. Download it, test it, try it out. It's early access right now. It's totally free. I want your feedback. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feature requests, bugs, you can file them on Discord. We have a GitHub at johnnyasmar/atrium-issues. Link again is either in the app or on the website. Give me all your feedback. I want to learn how to make this the absolute best dev tool for you possible. That is my goal. I'm having a ton of fun building it. I love it. It has completely transformed the way I work with AI. I hope it does the same for you. Again, check it out, getatrium.dev. Thanks, y'all.